95% of people don't do it. Many of you guys have heard about this book. Many of you guys have done it in the past. I'm gonna tell you that religiously. Every single year, I do it. The 6 Steps on Think and Grow Rich. If you go read and Think and Grow Rich, when I tell that advice to people, a lot of people tell me, oh, Rodolfo, I read that book. I know about it. Yeah, I read it 10 years ago. I already know the 6 steps. Well, I'm gonna give you a different perspective of how to treat the 6 steps. And what are the 6 steps? Number one, you need to know exactly how much money you want to make. You need to decide how much money you're gonna be making. Number two, what are you willing to give up? There is something that you need to give up. There is something. It cannot be something for nothing. There is something that you need to give up. So every year, I give up something. It might be TV. It might be a bad habit that you have. It might be drinking soda. It might be watching too much Netflix. It might be eating too much carbs. Whatever it is, you need to decide something, one thing that you're gonna give up, because that is gonna create your subconscious. Every time that you have this bad habit and you're about to do it, your subconscious is gonna remind you about your major goal that you have, the money that you decided to make. Number three, you need to decide when do you plan to make that kind of money. What is the date? You need to have a definite date of when you want to make that kind of money. And then you need to create a plan. You need to have a plan to do it. So number one is, again, you need to know how much money you're gonna be making. Number two, you need to give up something. Number three, you need to have a date of when you're gonna do it. Number four, you need to create a plan. Number five, here's what you need to do. You need to write it down, okay? You need to write it down, and I'm gonna show you the way that I write it down. I've been doing this for many, many years. Every single year in January, I do it. You need to write it down. You need to laminate it. I recommend you to laminate it and don't type it. You need to write it down. Something happened to your mind when you grab a pen and you write it yourself, because you're using a different part of your brain when you do it. You write it down, and then you're gonna read it twice a day. So every year, I come up with this card. Every year. I've been doing this, by the way, I've been very adamant with this. I've been showing this every time. I've been showing this on my Instagram, everywhere I show it. This is my card, and I write it down. How much money I'm gonna be making, when I'm planning to make it, what's my plan, and what am I planning to give up. I write it down, and I read it all the time. And in the back, I always write Matthew 7:7. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, you shall find. Knock, and it shall be open to you. I write this all the time. Now, many people say, Rodolfo, I read Think and Grow Rich. I already know the book. Yeah, the book Napoleon Hill. I read it when I was in high school. I did this. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a card? Do you have a card? No, Rodolfo, but I thought about it. No. Do you have a card? Let me repeat it. Have you made your own card? Why is that important? And by the way, I usually do 3-4 cards. One that I use it for the book that I'm reading. The other one that I put it next to my stand when I'm going to sleep. The other one that I put it in my shower, and I do another one now I'm doing it in my car. So every time I get into my car, boom, I can see it. So you do 3, 4, 5 different cards. So you have them everywhere. So you're reading it and you're creating in your mind an idea how much money you're gonna be making. Now, the moment you're reading it, you need to feel, you need to think like if you're already in possession of that money. I've been doing this for many, 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 many years. 95% of people don't do it. Few people will do it, take the effort to go write it down, go laminate it, and read it every single day for the entire year. Just a few people do it. That's why just a few people know where they're going, and they have a dream, and they have a goal, and they know where you're going.